Hello and a very good day everyone. So today we will learn on Power Query. Basically we do have a monthly sales report where this particular company, they supply all the automobile system to the respective customers. So we have data for January, February and March. And if you look carefully, this is basically a monthly report. A monthly report meaning on January we'll have the January data only. If they say I open January, you will notice we only have the January data. But then when I open the March report, you will notice we have January, February and March. So right now, every month I don't want to copy paste. My intention is I want to actually run Power Query to do the data cleaning and to automate the report. So meaning to say when I automate the report means I can actually get an understanding what is the monthly performance and so on. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to press Ctrl N. Ctrl N means we'll create a new workbook. I go to data and then what I'm going to do is, okay, so let me just close these files. Okay, I'm going to close this and then I'm going to close this as well. Okay, so I'm going to go to data and then get data from file Excel workbook. Okay, because I want to actually import from the Excel and then after that every month I want to change the data source. So we just go to the case study. So this is case study car dealers. I'm going to select the January and I'm going to press import. Once you press import, you will notice a box will appear. So in this particular box, what I want to do is basically I want to select this January file. I select January, I'll go to transform data. So once I go to transform data, it will navigate to Power Query. So here, you have to be very careful on how you do the data cleaning. I just want to X all this, X, so that because when you go to original source, now we have January. In the subsequent month, we'll have February. Then we have March. Okay, so we need to actually make sure that we are doing this properly. So the source will tell you what is the worksheet. I will also filter this because the kind sometimes will have range, dynamic range and so on. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to equals, equal to what? Equal to only sheet only. So I'm going to put here sheet. Okay, there's no range and so on. Then I'm just done. Then what I do is let me expand this table and just press OK. So we have already expanded the table. Next step is I want to remove the unnecessary columns. So this column I don't want, I remove. This column I don't want, I remove. Then you can just press Ctrl G to go to the last column. Okay, so now if you see here we have the data, but these last three columns I don't need, so I remove. If you want to go back to the first column, Ctrl G and then you select this column and then you press OK. So now we do have this data. The next thing is I want to fill down. So I'm going to press here, right click and fill down. Okay, so we have already filled down. The next thing what I don't want is I don't want this Alan, Raj, Nathan, Dylan, because for February data I will have, March data I have. So I'll just click here. Okay, we can unselect this, but when I unselect this, you will notice it will filter row 1. I don't want that. Okay, I don't want to filter the row 1. What I want to do is, okay, let me just go here, not equals, basically does not equal to Alan Raj. And then I press OK. So it will change accordingly. So in this case, it will not only filter according to the particular date, it will filter does not equal the company. And then I press OK. Done. Next thing is I don't want this row 1. So what I'll do is remove row, remove top row and I remove number 1 row. Done. Then this thing here I want to put the first row as header. So click what? Promote it as the first row as header. Settle. Next thing is here if just say there's a subsequent data below, what I want to do is I want to do does not equal to null. So I'm going to go here, does not equal. So does not equal to null. So you need to write here NULL and then you press OK. So right now it will show you the steps. So here we already does not equal to null and then press OK. So now we are done with this. Here will be the months column. Here will be the products, the customer, and this is all the products. Okay, so I'm going to select these two, and then I'm going to press right click and then I want to unpivot other columns. Okay, so now we have this. Here I change to months. Here I change to customer. This will be the system provided. Okay, and then over here is the quantity supplied. Okay, so now this is the data. What I want to do is I'll just press close and load. When you press close and load, like I mentioned, it will actually load as a table format in a new worksheet. I want to actually rename this because I don't want January 2025. Maybe I rename this as, okay, you can just go back here. You want to rename as you can. Maybe wait, let me just close and load. Right click and rename. Okay, so maybe I rename this as quantity supply. Okay, I don't want in table format. I'm going to press here, right click, load to. So when you press load to, because just now when you press close and load, automatically it will load as a table in a new worksheet. But if just see you really want to load as a pivot table, you can choose pivot table. Up to you whether you want to use existing sheet or new worksheet. So I'm going to press pivot table and I'm going to press open over here. Okay, over here. So what I'll do is I'll just tick the months. Okay, here we have the months. And then what I'm going to do next is I just want to tick the customer, and then I also want to tick the system provider, and then I just want to tick the quantity supply. So this is how it looks. Maybe for the months I put it over here. Okay, and then let me just change this, right click, and then I go to group. Okay, so I'll just change to months. Okay, so now I will have in the form of months. Grand total, up to you whether you want to keep it or not. So this is how the data. Maybe I'll just change the formatting a little bit. So maybe I'll put in a tabular format, and yep. So this one. So this is the data how it looks, and then maybe I want to repeat all items. Okay. So now this is my reporting. I want to change coloring also can. So you can change the coloring. Okay, so now this is the reporting where you can see what is the system provided and so on. But what if just say I want to change the report, because this is January. So if I want to change the report, I go to data, get data, and then I go to data source settings. Once I go to data source setting, this is January file. So I click change source, and then the next step is once I click here browse, and then I press here 28 February, press import, press OK, press close, and then right click and refresh. So once you refresh, you will notice, okay, here we have January, here we have February. Then the next thing is get data, and then data source settings, click here change source, then click here browse, March, press import, press OK, press close, and then right click and refresh. So you will have now January, February, March. So basically this is the data, so you can see, okay, whether it's increase, decrease, what is the pattern, how is it growing, and so on. So this is how you can actually see the data, and then you can use pivot table to do data analysis further.